You mean right here on this channel?
Right. It's Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy.
The excitement of Wheel of Fortune with Pat Sajak and Vanna White. People's lives all over America change when they spin to win.
And don't miss Jeopardy, television's ultimate big money risk with Alex Trebek. It's where you can win it all or lose it all.
Come be a part of the excitement.
Wheel of Fortune
and Jeopardy.
Now that's a winning combination.
Weeknights starting at 7 on WCYB TV5.
Hey, kids, the Bristol Crisis Center wants to give you some tips for when you're home alone and things go wrong. If a pan catches fire, put the lid on or throw salt or baking soda on it. Be prepared with a flashlight should your electricity suddenly go off. Always keep your doors locked and never let a stranger into your home. If you become ill, call a parent, neighbor, or your doctor. Or just call the Bristol Crisis Center for answers to any problems you may run into while you're home alone. We listen because we care. The Bristol Crisis Center.
The Highland District Tournament game tonight was surprisingly close.
Well, I think most people thought Gate City was going to easily walk away and beat Marion, but the Scarlet Hurricane had some other things on their mind. The number 1 and 2 seeded teams battled it out tonight for the Highland District Tournament Championship. The regular season champion Gate City Blue Devils squared off against the Marion Scarlet Hurricane. A loud and enthusiastic crowd turned out to Abingdon High School for tonight's final, and the Blue Devils were going to be in for a tough evening. Marion grabbed the early lead in this contest behind the defensive and offensive player of number 22, Hutch Call. He scored 8 first-half points. The Scarlet Hurricane built a 7-point lead at one point in the first half, leading 24-17. Gate City's top gun, as usual, Tommy Music. He scored 11 first-half points to pace the Blue Devils' attack. Also on the inside was big number 54, Chris Shelton. He added punch to the Blue Devils' attack. Now, Marion played almost a flawless first half, everything coming up roses for the Scarlet Hurricane. Danny Purefoy with the Dipsy Doodle move and the score right there. But Gate City was able to come back in this contest. You're going to see Tommy Music again with another long-range bomb. They had a good second half, and Gate City is your Highland District champs. The final score in the contest, it was Gate City defeating Marion 56-53. In the Hoagahigi District final tonight, Honaker defeated Chilhowie 66-61. In the Southwest District final tonight, a close ball game, Grundy defeating Richlands 53-51. In the Black Diamond District, it was Hurley defeating Garden in the championship contest 60-49. In the Cumberland District Championship, Pennington in overtime defeating Jonesville 77-70. Now in Tennessee in District 1 AA in the consolation game, although these two teams played it like it was a championship game, Happy Valley defeated Hampton in triple overtime 75-72. And the upset of the evening in the championship game, North Green defeated the Watauga regular season champs. It was the Johnson County Longhorns. The final was 73-59. That's a big upset. North Green defeating Johnson County. In District 2 AAA action in the consolation game, Daniel Boone defeated Cherokee 67-60. And Greenville won the District 2 AAA championship over Jefferson County 53-48. One game from Kentucky this evening, Knott County Central defeated MC Napier 43-41. Well, the Tennessee Volunteers ended what has been a disappointing season on a bright note this afternoon. The Vols pounded the Georgia Bulldogs at Stokely Athletic Center in Knoxville. And the Wizard, Tony White, scored 32 points in his last home game to lead the Volunteer attack. The final score, Tennessee easily over Georgia, and Georgia's a good team, too. The final 89-68. Now, Tennessee faces Vanderbilt Thursday night in the first round of the Southeastern Conference Tournament in Atlanta. It was not such a good day for Virginia Tech as they lost to Memphis State 74-65. In the Southern Conference Tournament, Marshall defeated Furman 77-64, and Davidson defeated Western Carolina 85-76. So Marshall and Davidson will square off tomorrow night for the Southern Conference Tournament Championship. Elsewhere in Southeastern Conference play, Kentucky 1 point better than Ole Miss 64-63. In a tight one, number 10 Alabama defeated 18th ranked Florida 86-85 in overtime. Garrett McKee with a tip-in shot at the buzzer wins it for Bama. And with Vanderbilt defeating Mississippi State 66-58. In the ODAC tournament up at Roanoke, it was the Maroons defeating Emory and Henry 78-69. So Emory's season ends. Roanoke again dominating the ODAC tournament. In top 20 play, 6th-ranked Purdue defeated Ohio State 87-73 in Big Ten play. And in today's Big Ten Key contest, it had number 7 Iowa hosting the Michigan Wolverines. The scenery was pleasant on the eyes this afternoon in Iowa City, but not a pleasant day for Michigan. Off the fast break, Antoine Jobert is going to get the easy layup right here, but he blows it, and the Iowa Hawkeyes take it the other way. It was that kind of day for Michigan. Iowa taking it the other way. B.J. Armstrong nailed the gimme. Iowa's top gun was Jeff Moe. He poured in 22 points in the contest, including this three-pointer, which ignited an Iowa rally as they bolted to a 53-37 halftime lead. Now, Michigan came back in the second half of the contest, led by their All-American guard, Gary Grant. He's going to nail a pull-up jumper here for 2 of his 28 points. Also off the fast break again, Michigan came back in this contest They had a good chance to win it. Glenn Rice there with the slam two of his 19 points, but Iowa's lead was too much to overcome. The final score, 7th-ranked Iowa defeats Michigan by 10, 95-85. Elsewhere in top 20 play, number 8 Georgetown, no problems with 20th-ranked Providence, 90-79. An upset, St. John's over number 9 Pittsburgh, 76-74. Number 11 Syracuse defeated Boston College, 87-63. Number 17 Duke in a mild upset over 13th-ranked Clemson, 65-59. Number 15 TCU defeated Rice, 85-69. Number 16 Kansas in a mild upset. In the Wild Big 8 this year, Nebraska beats them by 2 points in overtime. Number 19 New Orleans defeated Lamar easily. And the game you saw on TV5 this afternoon, it was UCLA defeating Louisville 99-86. And North Carolina State defeated Wake Forest 80-76 in overtime. One women's score to report. The East Tennessee State University Lady Bucks ended its regular season on a strong note, 114-89 over the Lady Paladins from Furman University, a new school record for the Lady Bucks for the most points in a single ball game. And Katie Beck had 39 points to lead the Lady Bucks. Well, amateur boxing returned to the Bristol Boxing Arena tonight with a Golden Gloves tournament. Now, the winners from tonight's bouts advanced on to the Golden Gloves Regional Championships in Knoxville. And tonight's action was very good. Despite the inclement weather conditions, a good crowd turned out, and they saw one of the hopefuls from the Bristol Boxing Stable having a short night. Curtis Reeves in the red trunks didn't hardly break a sweat before the referee had to stop his bout against Elizabethton's Chris Anderson. Now, Curtis is an interesting story. 2 weeks ago, when they last fought at the Bristol Boxing Arena, his opponent did not show up. So Curtis actually had an off night, but tonight he's tuned up very well as he advances on to the regionals with that impressive showing. In the 145-pound class, Elmer Jackson of Grundy, Virginia, battled Knoxville's John Knight, and Jackson in the black trunks captured this bout by decision. Now, some of the other guys going tonight from the Bristol Boxing Stable, two hopefuls that they had hoping to advance on, Andy Carrier in the 119-pound class, and also heavyweight Tony Webb looking to advance on to Knoxville. We don't have the report yet on how those bouts turned out, but Sabrina, Curtis Reeves, and I've had a chance to talk to Curtis, and he's a tough little fighter.
Okay, going places, eh?
Yeah, hopefully.
Okay, thanks a lot. We'll be right back.
Think about this. How many times have you done something you really didn't want to do? Because someone said, go ahead, give it a try. Now, think about this. What if a friend back then had said, don't do it. It's no good for you. How many of us would be better off today? Well, you can help someone face a better tomorrow. If you know anyone who's thinking of trying drugs or alcohol, help that person say no. And you'll be helping them say yes to a whole lot more.
If you have experience and are interested in any of these job openings, please contact the Virginia Employment Commission in person. These current job listings brought to you as a public service message of WCYB TV5 and the Virginia Employment Commission.
Okay, Rhonda?
Flood watch, again, just a precaution for areas of Southwest Virginia.
All right, thanks. And, Brian, you have something.
The Castlewood girls volleyball team won the Group A state championship this evening, so congratulations to the Lady Blue Devils. Also, as far as we know, racing tomorrow at Rockingham.
All right, sounds good. Thanks a lot. And thank you for joining us. Have a pleasant evening. We'll be back tomorrow at 6 o'clock.
Anthem going to be performed by an Abingdon High School student, Kathy Cook.
Bright dawn through the
time. Gate City will be taking on Marion tonight in the junior varsity Highland District Championship game. The Blue Devils this year, coached by Sandy Blackwell and Chuck Quillen, have the starting lineup here in just a second for you for the Gate City Blue Devils and for the Marion Scarlet Hurricane. Sophomore Kevin Williams, number 11 for the Blue Devils tonight.
At guard, sophomore, 5'4", number 12.
At guard, sophomore, number 12, Purefoy for Marion. Purefoy, an adept ball handler.
5'9", number 15, Tim Robinson.
At guard, Tim Robinson of Gate City. Tim playing some real good ball the last couple games.
5'8", number 14, Trey Jennings.
Trey Jennings will be starting at the guard for the Marion Hurricane.
At forward, sophomore, 5'10", number 33, Chris Potts.
Chris Potts. Potsy, as we call him, for the Blue Devils, number 33 coming out.
At forward, sophomore, 5'11", number 32, Adam McQuillan.
Adam Quillen will be starting for Marion at the forward position. One forward anyway.
Sophomore, 5'10", number 21, Brian McDavid.
Sophomore, 5'10", Brian McDavid, number 21 for the Devils.
And forward, sophomore, 6'2", number 24.
Big man, 6'2", number 24. Chad Robinson will be starting at forward for Marion on the other side.
At center, a sophomore, 6'3".
Here's the big man for Gate City. Center, number 35, Kelly Herman Spivey.
At center, a sophomore, 6'3", number 44, James Gregory.
6'3", number 44. He's got a mustache and all. James Gregory. Big man, big young man. We're about underway here, Ivan, shaping up into an eventful season. Gate City involved in both championship games.
They sure are, Mike. It's going to be an interesting game tonight. The JV team has lost to these Marion Scarlet Hurricanes twice already in the regular season, and revenge is definitely on their minds tonight in the tournament.
Gate City Blue Devils with an 8-3-1 overall record, I believe, on the JV squad. And believe it or not, Ivan, I'm being leaked on from somewhere up above. I found the only spot in the gym where the water's dropping. Spivey up there ready for the jump with Marion. They're jumping a forward, not their starting center. Unusual. And the tip controlled by Marion. Pass over to number 24. It won't go. Comes down to Spivey off to Williams. Williams taking it down for the Blue Devils. This game for the JV championship. We have a traveling call on Tim Robinson.
Marion will have the ball out of bounds. Number 24, Thomason, inbounds the ball to Purefoy. Purefoy, a Spud Webb lookalike, dribbles the ball across the timeline off to number 14. Back to Purefoy. Jennings with the ball now. Works it over to Purefoy. Purefoy down to number 32. McClellan. McClellan with the ball. Drive stolen away there by Robinson. They have 3 seconds on Marion.
So Gate City gets the ball on the turnover. No score yet, 5:31 to play. Really just getting underway. Williams bringing the ball across for the Devils. He'll pass down to Robinson. Robinson in the corner to Spivey. Off to McDavid. No, comes out of there. And Spivey comes up with a rebound. Shot up, will not fall. Comes down to big number 44 for Marion.
Number 14, Jennings, quickly across the timeline to Purefoy. Purefoy setting up the offense. Works it over to Jennings. Jennings drives, gives back to Purefoy through his legs. Young man runs it down. Gives off to number 32. McClellan. McClellan back to Purefoy, to Jennings. Down the corner, Thomason. He'll pop it. No good. Rebounded by number 44 from Marion. Up with a shot. No good. Thomason with the rebound, and he's fouled out by Herman Spivey.
Ivan, I believe we're going to move down. It's going to drown me here.
Foul ball number 33, Chris Potts. Foul number 1, team foul number 1.
Thomason will step to the line for 2 shots. The first shot is up and good. Second shot is up and no good. Rebounded by Kevin Williams.
Williams bringing the ball down for the Devils. He's crossed half court, passing off to Robinson. Robinson back to Williams, underneath and around to Potts. Potts on top, quickly going back and forth, heading for McDavid underneath. He'll put it up, won't fall, comes down to Spivey. He'll put that thing in there. Devils on top by 1. The score 2-1 with 4:23 left in the first period.
Purefoy with the ball. Working against Williams. Quickly across the line to Jennings. Jennings drives, passes off to 32, gives off to Purefoy. Purefoy in the lane, he shoots, no good, rebounded there by Herman.
Spivey, outlet pass to Williams, long one going down to Chris Potts. He's got the layup, it's in.
Purefoy with the ball now, working for the Marion Hurricanes. To number 24, Thomason, down to Jennings, who lobs it in for number 44, the big center, up with a shot, no good. Rebounded there by Thomason, he'll put it back up, and no good again.
Gregory with the rebound, he puts it up, bounces around, going to come down in the hands of Marion. Third shot, no. Mob foul.
They're going to get McDavid there.
They had their choice, Spivey, McDavid, or Robinson.
AC not being very aggressive on the rebounding board right now, Mike. Gregory to trade the ball in bounds. Finds McClellan. McClellan back to Purefoy. He'll pop it from the foul line. No good. Rebounded in there by McDavid.
McDavid looking for the outlet, goes to Williams. Williams, long one going down the floor to Potts again with the layup in.
Purefoy now working the ball for the Hurricanes. Williams waiting to meet him at the timeline. Jennings with the ball, passes over to Purefoy, lobs down for Gregory. Gregory takes it up. No good.
Traveling.
No, they're going to get him with an offensive foul, Mike.
Unusual. I didn't expect that. First time I've seen that in a while.
He may use his right arm to clear out on that play.
Williams bringing it down for the Devils. Fast-paced game, 6-1. Gate City in the lead. Herman Spivey from the corner, will not fall. Comes down in the hands of Robinson. Robinson to Potts. Potts with a shot up and will not fall. Going to come down, roll out of bounds on, I believe, Marion. Yes, that's who they say. So it'll be Gate City's basketball down underneath. Spivey to inbound. Going to Williams. Williams off to Robinson. Robinson to Williams. At the top of the key. He looks underneath, finds McDavid. Off to Potts. Down to Spivey. Back to Potts and with a jumper in there.
Chris Potts is on fire tonight. He has 6 of the Devils' 8 points so far.
Potts shooting 3 of 4.
Purefoy with the ball. Lobs down here for Jennings. Jennings met there by Potts. Lobs over to Thomason, who drives. Passes off to McClellan. McClellan working against Robinson. Back to Purefoy. Purefoy is going to call out the offense. Over to Jennings. Jennings passes down to Thomason. Thomason's going to drive against McDavid. Passes back out to Jennings, who pops it. In there on a nice bank shot.
Nice shot off the glass by Marion. Gate City ahead, 8-3. Williams bringing the ball down for the Devils. Pass down to McDavid, off to Potts. Potts looking. Back on top to Williams. Williams running the offense. Turns around, passes off to Potts. Underneath to Spivey, he'll have the turnaround jumper. Will not fall, comes down on the other side to Robinson. On top to Williams. He feeds back to Robinson. Robinson with a jumper. Rolls, will not fall. And we're going to have a foul over the back, I believe, on Herman Spivey. Game going quickly, 1:38 to play in the first period.
Purefoy now will bring the ball across the timeline for the Hurricanes. Gives off to Thomason. Thomason dribbles across the timeline. Gives down here to Jennings. Jennings finds a wide open McClellan up with a shot. No good. Rebounded by Spivey.
Spivey working down underneath for Gate City. Looking for the ball, but there he gets it. Underneath, going to Potts. Potts going to have another layup, but he'll draw the foul, and the bucket will count. I kind of thought the foul was before the shot, and I don't know if he didn't get the nod on that one a little bit.
It looked like an NBA continuation play on that one.
Sure did. Gate City's young men, win or lose, have played some great basketball. They are playing a team that has defeated them twice, and they are out ahead by 7 points. Potts, with the ability to work underneath, has managed to pick up 8 of those points. And possibility of getting 9 right here on the tail end of this three-pointer. No.
Quickly out to number 32, McClellan. McClellan stolen away there by Potsy.
Potts playing the game of his life. Pass off to Williams. Williams over to Potts. Potts underneath to Johnny Ghost. Ghost up, and he'll draw the foul.
JC taking the ball right at Marion tonight. They're saying either guard us or we're going to score.
Gate City has been in a zone defense. It's shut Marion's inside shooting game down completely, and they are not trying it from outside.
Johnny goes to the lineup for the Blue Devils.
Goes, first shot comes off.
If Coach Sandy Blackwell can shut down Purefoy, the young guard from Marion, then Gate City has a good chance to win this game. If he penetrates, Gate City's going to have a tough time tonight.
Gate City, as we said, in the box and one defense, a type of zone, coming out, laying it on Purefoy.
McClellan with the ball, gives off to Thomason, who pops a long jump shot, no good. He gets his own rebound, chases down, and he throws it out of bounds. Gate City up 11-3 with 42 seconds left in the first quarter.
Chris Potts and Williams coming down for Gate City. Williams on top of the basketball, dribbling, working, looking for the open man. Passes to Johnny Ghost. Ghost, little screen, up with a shot, will not fall in there. Rolls around and comes down in the hands of McClellan.
Jennings with the ball now. Brings the ball across the timeline, calling out the offense. Purefoy on the bench, so Jennings is going to run it. And he throws one out of bounds.
Marion in serious ball handling trouble tonight. And the ball comes in to Kevin Williams. Williams, a sophomore, playing for Gate City, probably be on the varsity next year. Pass off to McDavid. McDavid, a little drive in there. Take the shot up, won't fall.
Quickly, and the time expires on Marion. So at the end of the first quarter, Gate City with an 8-point lead, 11-3. And they get a nice round of applause from their fans.
It's good to see as many fans as have turned out tonight for this junior varsity game. Gate City has a set of stands that are full and another one that is 3/4 full. So a lot of pride coming from our Devils. I would like to remind you that we will be playing in Christiansburg, Virginia on Thursday night at 8 o'clock. We are not sure who our opponent will be. And
either Graham or the New River District runner-up, I believe, Mike.
I said 8 o'clock. I'm making sure you get there on time, okay? It's a little bit of a drive up. We'll be glad to have you come along with us. We'll be following the Devils up there.
You'll also see these Marion Scarlet Hurricanes up there also, because with Gate City winning the Highland District, tonight, either if they win or if they lose, Marion will still be going with us. So it's good to have them along with the ride.
A lot of Highland District pride going with us. Gate City, the regular season champ, first time ever Highland District, looking for the first ever Highland District Tournament Championship in the varsity honors. Also looking for the first ever Highland District Championship tonight on the JV. Williams down to Robinson. Robinson looking. Pass off to Johnny Ghost. Ghost a little bump. He's got 3 seconds. I knew it was coming. Ghost lost where he was.
Coach Blackwell quickly sends Herman Spivey back into the game to replace Johnny Ghost.
Ghost, a young man that has played some terrific ball this year, having a hard time getting started tonight.
Jennings slops down here for McClellan. McClellan's going to take it in, passes off to Gregory. Up with a shot, no good. Knocked out there by a Gate City player.
That was Robinson's in the knocking.
Jennings comes up with the ball, sets up the offense again for the Hurricanes. Gives off to Perkins, who's into the game. Thomason lobs into Gregory. Gregory going to turn, and with a nice turnaround. Oh, it rolls in and out.
Too rough.
Gets his own rebound. Jennings is going to pipe from the foul line. It's in there.
Jennings finally coming up with something for Marion. Gate City's Williams bringing it down. Passing to Potts. Potts pass off to Spivey with a jumper. Will not fall. Comes down. We will have a foul. I believe it will be on Potts.
Quick whistle that time, right?
No bonus yet for either team.
That's number 2 on Chris. Thomason will inbound the ball to Jennings. Jennings finds McClellan. McClellan guarded closely by Potts across the timeline. Works it down here to Perkins. Perkins back to Jennings. McClellan, gives off to Jennings. Gate City in a zone. Jennings at the top of the key to Perkins. Perkins down in the corner to Thomason. Thomason lobs over for Jennings, who finds number 32, McClellan. McClellan up with the shot. No good. Rebounded by Chris Potts.
Potts off to Williams. Williams bringing the ball down for the Devils. Long one going down to Robinson. He'll drive. No layup there. He missed it. And comes down on the hands of McDavid. He draws the foul. Brian McDavid. 11-5. McDavid with a 2-shot foul. He'll go to the line.
Foul number 2. Team foul number 4.
Both teams with 4 fouls on them. No bonus yet. Shooting foul. First shot rolls in, barely. That one had a little touch on it that made it go. Brian McDavid came on early in the season. He missed a few games and did a great job as he drops the second one.
Jennings with the ball, double team there. Throws the ball out of bounds. Oh, they're going to give it to Marion. The official claims that a Gate City player touched the ball. Thompson inbounds to Perkins. Perkins using a little arm there to push off. Stolen away by Chris Potts. Lost it out of bounds to Marion.
Potts really hustling tonight.
Having the game of his life, actually, Mike, here in his first half. Thomason inbounds to Jennings, who finds McClellan. McClellan drives between 2 Gate City players. Going to put the shot up, and no good.
That was a rock.
Gregory goes back up. No good. Out of bounds to Gate City.
Number 24, that's McClellan, I believe. Excuse me, Thomason. Got the hand up and pushed it out.
Purefoy checks back in the game for the Hurricanes.
Williams coming down for the Devils. Guarded by Purefoy. Off to Potts. Potts looking. Pass underneath to McDavid. Turnaround jumper. Will go.
Thompson quickly inbounds the ball to McClellan. McClellan over to Purefoy. Lobs back over here for McClellan, who's guarded closely by Potts. Purefoy with the ball between 2 Gate City defenders. Finds the big Gregory down here, up with a shot in the end.
Gregory plays a rough game underneath. Managed to horse that one in for us. Gate City works to McDavid. McDavid underneath. That looks like the most unusual, unorthodox shot I've ever seen. He'll draw the foul.
We like to tell everybody we're sitting on the Marion side tonight, so if you hear big red.
And if you hear anything that sounds like an assassination, you'll know who it was. It was us. We won't talk anymore after that. We may turn it over to some of these people around here. Marion fans, very cordial, very nice people.
Flannery into the game for the Blue Devils, replacing Herman Spivey. McDavid's second attempt is no good, rebounded by Marion. McClellan quickly with the ball now. Pulls it out, sets up the offense. Gives off to Purefoy. Purefoy, a nice little ball handler out there. Gives off to McClellan, who's going to pop it. No good, rebounded by Robinson.
Robinson got a little bit of a run, got a man coming from behind. Pass off there to Brian Flannery, who puts it in for Gate City. 17-7 the score.
Purefoy with the ball now for the Hurricanes. Gives off to Thomason, back to Purefoy, to Jennings. Jennings pulls up, off to Purefoy, over to McClellan, who will pop the jumper, and it's no good. Rebounded by Gregory, blocked there. Oh, it looks
They're
like
going to get Robinson on top. He came onto his back a little, Ivan. Robinson, not the tallest man, plays a guard position, trying to come up over the big man to block the shot, and got the hand down on his shoulder.
Gregory is a big kid for a sophomore. So he like John Carter, Virginia High. He's
John Carter is a junior.
Junior?
John Carter's a junior. Gregory has more facial hair than I do, and I'm 26. So that tells you how mature he is physically.
Marion comes up with the rebound, and number 14, Jennings, puts the shot up, and he is fouled there by number 21, McDavid. Gate City not doing too good of a job tonight blocking out on the offensive boards. And the defensive boards also. We're going to have a timeout here by the Gate City bench. Coach Blackwell is kind of upset with his players.
Wanted to get things straightened up. They got a little bit of a lead there and maybe afraid they were going to let down some. Don't want to do that. 2:44 left to play. As you look across the way there, you see a great deal of Gate City fans dropping down here to our junior varsity cheerleaders who have done a great job all year long for us. These girls travel to the ball games. Anytime they're not there, they're very sorely missed. We appreciate them and their sponsor. They do the traveling and make the difference a lot of times in some games. We'll get to take them to stay with us, don't we, if we go? I hope so. Not on our van. They'll be up there. We're booked. But we've got to worry about Christiansburg first. We'll be playing either Graham or the winner of, or a runner-up, depending on the outcome of this game. Regardless, we are guaranteed a semifinal berth in the Region 4 playoffs.
It's a possibility that we may have to meet these Marion Scarlet Hurricanes again also.
What happens in the final, we could come up against Marion again.
Jennings at the line for 2 shots now for the Hurricanes. First shot is up, and nice shot there by Jennings.
Got to look, remember, the Gate City team here that you're seeing, the JV team, playing for the Junior Varsity Championship. Williams bringing the ball down for Gate City. Looking, pass over to Flannery. Flannery on top to Robinson. Back to Flannery. Shot up, will not fall. Going to come down to Robinson on the other side. Robinson back to Flannery. Flannery looking. Pass off and back. Going up is Potts. He popped it. Nice job, Chris Potts.
Purefoy gives off to McClellan. McClellan across the timeline. Gives back to number 14, Jennings. Jennings over to Thomason, who pops from the top of the key. No good. Lands on the smallest man on court, comes up the rebound, but stolen away by Kevin Williams.
Williams doing some fancy handling there to get it away from Purefoy. Down to Robinson with a 15-footer. Won't go. Comes down to Gregory of Marion.
Jennings quickly to Purefoy. Purefoy getting instructions from his coach. Calls out the offensive play. Works over to Jennings. Jennings back to Purefoy. Purefoy to Jennings once more. Jennings going to drive and pop. No good. Rebounded by the Marion player. Comes up with McClellan. McClellan back out to Purefoy. Inside to Gregory, who drives in there. They're going to get Chris Potts for his 3rd foul.
I have a little doubt on that foul. Have 3 people standing in a box with their hands straight up. And Gregory drove straight in. That is a borderline on a charge. Just depends on how well they were set and how quickly. So hard to really be sure. Gregory drops his first one, bringing the score now to 11-19. Gate City still in the lead. Second shot does not fall. Comes down in the hands of McDavid. Shovels off to Williams. Williams long pass down to Robinson. Robinson over across to Flannery. Working the ball, looking for the good shot is Williams. Williams under to McDavid. Turnaround jumper. He drops it and the bucket counts. That is a foul. The possible 3-point play puts Gate City on the 21-point level.
Basket is good. The foul is on number 24.
Johnny Ghost checks into the game, replacing Tim Robinson for Gate City.
Robinson been hustling too, as well as Chris Potts and McDavid. Of course, Williams always doing a heavy job of ball handling out there. Good rebound there by Spivey, and up and in. Oh, that was Potts, excuse me.
Purefoy to number 32, McClellan. McClellan guarded close there by Flannery. Pulls up for the jump shot. No good. Rebounded by McDavid.
Williams to bring down for Gate City, looking for the pass, and he gets it down to Flannery. Flannery got too much defense, holds it up. Pass on top to Williams, back to Flannery, back going down to McDavid. Close call there, and the ball goes over to Marion.
Coming down. Go ahead. Sorry, Mike. McClellan with the ball knocked out bounds there by a Gate City player. Perkins taken into the game for the Marion Scarlet Hurricanes. And David Wells into the game also for Gate City, replacing Kevin Williams. Gregory to trigger the ball inbounds to Purefoy. Purefoy, guarded closer there by Wells. Lobs it down here for Perkins. Almost on the way by Johnny Ghost. Jennings shows down, and they're going to call a jump ball.
Now, I'm curious about that. That was a foul.
Fast-paced, so the referee thought it would be safer to call a jump ball, I guess. Perkins, double team there, finds Thomason. Thomason drives. Loses control of the ball. Jennings on the floor, still went out by Wells.
And now who's going to come up but Purefoy? And David Wells should be called for the foul over the back on Purefoy. He was going to jump on there and say, let's go, y'all mule, y'all.
Getting a little bit physical out there, Mike.
A little bit physical is football. They have pads. These guys don't have any pads.
Purefoy had a line shooting a 1-on-1. First shot, no good. Rebounded by Gregory. Out to Purefoy. 17 seconds left in the quarter. Perkins down here to Jennings, who drives, shoots, no good.
That would have been beautiful to win in.
Thomason with a hook shot in there.
Wells inbound to Potts and back to Wells. Wells, long one, going to be stolen by Purefoy. And the long lob, no, that was close. Off the front of the rim, so at the half, Gate City will lead 23-13. For Cablevision Channel 30, stay tuned for the second half. And we're right back on that scoreboard again. Score at the half, 13-23. Gate City ahead. And looks like they're going to stay that way if they can continue to play the way they have during the first half. Ivan, got anything for us?
A few stats here, maybe, Mike. Kelly Spivey was held to only 2 points in the first half, way off his pace. Brian McDavid come in there and got hot in the second quarter. He had a total of 6 points. Chris Potts was the high man in the first half. He poured in 12 points, 12 big points at that. Johnny Ghost come off the bench and had a 1 point on a foul shot. And Brian Flannery also contributed with 2 points.
So Gate City, there you have the scoring. And they're getting ready for action. Don't have quite the time to tell you all of Marion's scoring. Looks like Jennings doing most of it for Marion. Devils inbounding the ball right down here in front. Spivey inbounding to Williams. Williams to Robinson. Back again. Off on the other side to Potts. Back on top to Williams. Just passing it around. Loosening it up here. Potts down to Spivey. Little bounce. Off to Potts. Potts on top to Williams. And the ball stolen away by Purefoy. Good job by Purefoy. And bounced out of there by Robinson. No foul. And just pushed it out of bounds. Saved the 2-pointer.
Big Gregory for Marion will inbound the ball. Big sophomore center inbounds to Thomason. Thomason, he's charged with walking.
One too many. And inbound stolen there by Marion. It won't fall. Comes off to McDavid. Gate City having a little trouble getting cranked up here to start out. There goes Marion Purefoy with the ball again.
Thomason now with the ball for the Hurricanes. Hook shot, no good, rebounded by McDavid.
McDavid doing a lot of control underneath those boards tonight. Goes off to Williams. Williams working the basketball off to Robinson. Robinson trying to go underneath the pots, goes out of bounds, will be Marion's basketball.
Gregory to trigger the ball in bounds to Purefoy. Gate City on top 23-13 with 4:55 left in the third quarter. Purefoy gives off to Jennings. Jennings lobs over here to Gregory. Down in the corner to McClellan. For his triple team, back to Purefoy. Purefoy lobs down here for McClellan once again. Double team now. Stolen away by McDavid.
McDavid outlets to Williams. Williams long one going down to Robinson. He's on himself. Layup up and in.
Purefoy now with the ball for the Hurricanes. Slowly working the ball across the timeline. Marion down now by 12. Jennings with the ball. Lobs over to Purefoy. Purefoy inside to Gregory, who takes a shot. Blocked by
Good job. Herman Spivey coming down quickly as Robinson by himself once again loses control. And Marion comes up with the basketball. McClellan, long pass. Coming down the other end there to Thomason. He puts it up, won't fall. Going to come down to McClellan again. And off on Gregory. And it's going to go Gregory's basket there. Gate City getting the basketball back. Long inbound going to McDavid. Can't get the handle. Gate City loses the ball out of bounds. They still lead by 10, 25-15.
Gregory will trigger the ball in bounds for the Hurricanes into Purefoy. Gate City in a 1-3-1 now. Purefoy lobs down here, stolen away by McDavid.
Good job by McDavid and Spivey working together, and almost stolen away again there by Marion. Marion playing aggressively this second half, causing some turnovers by the Devils. Potts underneath goes to Robinson. Robinson back on top of the Potts. Off to Spivey from the free throw line. In there.
Thompson triggers the ball into Purefoy. Marion find themselves down now by 12. Getting some instructions from the coach across the timeline. Lobs down here for McClellan, who will pop it. No good. Rebounded in there by number 24, Thompson.
They're going to call Potts, and that's 4 on him, but I want to say this. He was not guilty on that one. We had a perfect angle on it, and the official didn't. He was from behind. Made it hard for him to really see exactly what happened.
Thomason now will go to the line for 2 shots. First shot is up and no good. Thomason with his second attempt, up and no good. Rebounded by McDavid.
McDavid with the basketball for the Blue Devils, coming down, passing off to Williams as Williams carrying it down. Passing over to Potts. Potts underneath to Robinson, beautiful pass. Good one going to McDavid. Go out of bounds, and they say Marion's basketball. Believe they were right as well.
Flannery checks into the game for the Blue Devils, replacing Tim Robinson. Thomason inbounds the ball to Purefoy.
Gate City making a lot of mistakes this game for the championship, but they do lead by 12. Purefoy with the basketball. Going to be stolen away by the big man Spivey. Spivey to Williams. Williams to Potts. Pass stolen there by McClellan.
Off to Perkins. Perkins quickly down here to Thomason. Thomason going to take it all the way in with a left-hand layup in there. Nice,
beautiful layup by Thomason. And Marion is getting some defensive fire started. Gate City hitting a cold spell again. In the press is Marion. Going down is Spivey with the basketball. Across the half court, off to Williams. Williams carrying the ball on the top of the key. Off to Flannery. Flannery looking, passing to McDavid. McDavid over to Spivey. Jumper, rope, go. Going to be a jump ball. And it will go to Marion.
Marion with a chance to close the gap to 8 now. 27-17 with 2:04 left. Inbounds comes to Purefoy. Purefoy to work the ball down court for the Hurricanes. Calls out the offense. Lobs down here for Perkins. Perkins lobs to number 32, McClellan, who loses the ball, regains control. Guarded close to the arm by Potts, and that's off of Potts' knee.
And it hit a Gate City cheerleader. No, it scared a Gate City cheerleader half to death.
Purefoy now with the ball to McClellan. McClellan knocked away by McDavid. Purefoy. Purefoy finds Thomason up with a jump shot in there.
So they close the gap to 8. In the press, outlet pass goes to Potts. Potts looking, handling the ball. Pass on top to Williams. Williams loses the handle, and it's coming back to Williams. He's looking around. Shot up by Spivey is good. Thompson inbounds the ball to Purefoy. Potts has injured his ankle. Lob down here to Perkins. Perkins to McClellan, up and in. Gate City playing with 4 players. Potts with an injured ankle on those last 2 points. He's in a lot of pain sitting down there on the bench trying to loosen it up. Replaced by Johnny Ghost. Good thing Potts sat down anyway right now. He's playing with four fouls if he can get the ankle back in shape. Then they can use him some in the 4th period. Long one going to Johnny Ghost. Ghost feeds to Flannery. Flannery under pressure. Shot up, no good.
Quickly down here, number 32, McClellan. Pulls the ball back out to Gregory, who's going to take it up and in. No good. Knocked out bounds by Marion.
Gate City will take the basketball up. Gregory had the layup. He is just shooting too hard. Stolen by McClellan. Blocked by Spivey. That'll cause a foul. I don't know where it came from, but looked clean to me.
The game is getting very exciting right now, Mike. We can hardly keep up with the action. It's so fast-paced. Gate City takes a timeout to try to slow things down and get regrouped.
8-point lead for the Devils. 29-21. Marion determined to stop the advance of the Blue Devils to their first win over the Scarlet Hurricane this year. Marion, the only team to defeat the Gate City Blue Devils twice this season in JV basketball.
Gate City with an excellent 14-3 overall record now. Looking to improve to 15-3 overall if they can win here tonight. Excellent season for Sandy Blackwell's troop. He told them today at practice that he really enjoyed the season, that they did a fine job and they had nothing to be ashamed of. And he was true in every aspect there because they've worked hard. They've really put a lot of time into the game, and they should be proud of their efforts for the 1986-87 season.
Close of the last JV game tape. You may have seen it Friday night. The thing they had to say was, look out, Marion.
And they better look out because Gate City's not finished yet.
Still have a full quarter and 51 seconds to play. Could come right down to the wire. Gate City up by 8, but that can close quickly in basketball.
McClellan's going to try to cut it to 6 here. He's got 2 foul shots. The first one is up and no good. So the best he can do now is cut it to 7. Robinson back in the game now, replacing Flannery. One more shot coming up now. The shot is up, in there.
So we close to within 7 points. Inbound goes to Johnny Ghost. Ghost will lose the basketball.
Marion
just dropped it.
Marion coming on quickly now at the end of the 3rd period. Purefoy with the ball to Perkins. Perkins having a hard time finding one. Passes into Thompson. Easy layup.
Marion playing the kind of basketball they played earlier this season, doing a good job. Hard driving press. Williams with the ball, passing down to McDavid. McDavid looks, has to slow it up. Had an open man, didn't see him. Off to Robinson. Robinson under the Ghost. Ghost up, no. Going to be cleared there by number 24, Thomason of Marion.
Thompson quickly down the court. 15 seconds left. Purefoy with the ball. Thompson finds number 32, McClellan, wide open.
Score now, 29-26. Marion coming back hard. Foul going to be called on Purefoy. Reaching in on Johnny Ghost. There is no bonus.
3 seconds left in the quarter.
Gate City needs their passing game to wake up. They're going to have to wake it up in the 4th period. Marion's on a roll. They've come back from 12 points down to within 3. As we look across the way at the Blue Devil cheerleaders, got to say Marion's press has made the difference in the third period.
It sure has, Mike. They see having a hard time getting the ball inbounds, and when they do, they're having to make some bad passes. Marion is making the easy steals and going in for the easy 2 points on the layup. KC's going to have to cut down on their turnovers and start capitalizing on the fast break.
So let's see what happens. The final 6 minutes. Gate City leading by 3, coming down, right down to the wire. People running in here. Getting ready. The press on. Inbound goes to Williams. Williams works against Purefoy. Down to Potts. Potts off to Spivey with the jumper. Will not fall. Comes down to number 22 off to Purefoy. Purefoy finds number 32 McClellan. McClellan pulls it back up. Guarded closely there by 2 Gate City defenders to Purefoy. Perkins with the ball. Stolen away there by Williams. Back to Purefoy. Purefoy's going to pop one. In there. Within 1 comes Marion. Great ball game down to Potts. Potts having a hard time running on a sore ankle. Outside, Robinson over to Williams. Back to Robinson. Underneath to Spivey. On top to Potts. Over to Williams. Down under McDavid. A foul will be called. Number 24, Thomason.
JC still not in the 1-and-1. They need a bucket here.
Blue Devils having a hard time in the last few minutes.
They owned the first half, but the second half has belonged to Marion, who's come on strong. Williams with the ball now.
Junior varsity championship on the line. This quarter is it for the whole season. Off to Williams. Williams pumps it up. Boom!
That increases the lead to 3 now, 31-28. McDavid guarding Purefoy closely, finds Perkins. Perkins.
Down here, Gregory snowbirding down on the underside there. He's up with one. It will roll and come off in the hands of Spivey. Spivey to Williams. Williams across half court. Gate City regrouping, getting ready to run their offense. Pass underneath to McDavid. Turns around, pumps it, and it's in. Increasing the lead to 5.
Lobbed out here, number 32, McClellan, across the timeline. 3-on-2. Pulls up a shot. In there.
Off to Williams. Williams looks for help. He's in trouble. Going to have it stolen away there by McClellan.
McClellan off the Purefoy. Back to McClellan. The Devils on top by 2. Marion with a chance to tie it up now. Thompson drives, shoots, no good. Rebounded by Perkins.
And who says goes out of bounds? It'll be Marion's basketball.
The excitement continues to build here.
3 to Marion. Marion takes it. Marion takes it, and I don't blame them. A 3-point lead. They have come back from 12 down against the Blue Devils.